What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, cool. All right, what's going on, y'all? So we got the opening candle about to start. Got a few trade ideas. Then we got the opening candle about to start. We'll just put the stop loss right here. This should be a decent stop loss. So we got a few trade ideas. We're just waiting for some retracements and some retests, and then we're going to go from there. All right, cool. What's going on, y'all? All right, bam. Yeah, so we're waiting for his opening candle. I want to see a retracement on these New Zealand pairs so we can jump in on these because they did a drop last night and then they did a retracement and they started to move a little bit before 3 o'clock. So I'd like to see a retracement on the 15-minute time frame, at least on this zone, and see if we can jump in on these sales before the big move starts. We do got some news later on in New York session again today. Nothing really crazy going on. So yeah, we're just going to pretty much wait for a retracement on these and see if we can jump in on this. All right, new 15 just started. Yeah, these are still red, so we might just have to hold off on that yet. Yeah, so I want to look for CJ buys. If it can break that high in that daily time frame, I want to look for CJ buys. And then I'm looking for EA and GA sales. I'm just waiting for a retracement, or I'm just going to meet it at the next entry point. I went over all this with the members last night. It did a quick little drop a couple times. Did a nice retest about an hour ago. It's already dropping. So I either want to wait for it to retrace up here, or I'll just simply have to wait for price to break this level here and then enter the sell from there. Obviously, I'd like to wait. I'd like to enter up here, but I'm just going to wait to see if it will retrace a little bit beforehand. So I'd like to at least see if we can get in on here at least. We'll put this in the 5 minute. Yeah, I want to see if we'll push up a little bit more. So I have a better entry. So we're going to let that do its thing. So we got Ian trying to retrace as well. All right, so it's reacting to that level of traffic. If we can just retest this level, that'd be cool. But it is still showing bearish momentum. Either way, like I said, if we don't enter here, we're just going to enter at the next entry point. And when I not enter here, if it doesn't retest and retrace, then we're just going to enter at the next entry point. Let's put it like right there. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to do that. GN's probably dropping as well, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be looking for GN, EN sells, and then Euro AD, GBPJPY sells, and then the JPY pairs have kind of been ranging. We caught a nice little sell last night on GJ. Then I think retraced back on the upside. But yeah, I kind of want to see if the news is going to be super high impact today. I kind of want to see the JPY pairs get out of this rangingness, because we were catching some sells. Then it's respecting this support level here, which makes sense because this is a strong support level, like we can see right here. Rejected this level multiple times. Another time here, and then we see price treating this level as a support level here. Same level here got respected, and now we're right back at this key level of price again. So if we can break above like 145.30, the uptrend is definitely going to continue. But we do have this level of traffic here, and I'm just trying to patiently wait for smooth flows, because it's kind of getting choppy. Like yesterday was kind of choppy as well. Granted, we did miss a couple entries, but it was still a pretty choppy day for the most part. Yeah, so these don't retrace. We're just gonna just let them do their thing and then meet them at the next entry point. Which looks like we're going to have to do that, because the move started literally like 30 minutes before I woke up. And I've been noticing that this week, and I think I noticed that a little bit last week as well. So I might start waking up a little bit earlier, even though there is still a chance it could retrace on the opening candle. I still won't mind, so I might change my schedule up a little bit. Yeah, that ain't retrace. So we're just gonna have to wait for the next entry point, which I have no issue with. I'm not tripping too much about that. Yeah, so we're just chilling right now. Gold, I have this sell idea set up, but it's kind of like a high risk sell. It does make sense for it to drop down though a little bit, because when we just hit this imbalance right here, and then we have these 2 days in a row where this thing just shot up a crazy amount of pips. So I want to look for buys, but I would like a retracement to happen before I go for buys. So I would like price to drop down to 1880 what is this, 1889, or I'd like to look for buys. It keeps dropping down around 1877, 1876. So yeah, we're just chilling right now. It's just one of those weeks. It's not even that. We missed a couple of good entries here at the same time. So yeah, we're just gonna be chilling right now. And JPY pairs are dropping back down. Yeah. So they keep on like they'll go. They don't. They're I'm getting tongue tied. Yeah, the JPY pairs have been a little bit. What's the word? I don't want to say complicated. They've just been flip floppy, super rangy. But we could see possible buys start up again. I mean, we caught a nice buy on CJ yesterday, me and the members as well. So we can break back above this level, we'll look for another buy. It looks like it's trying to do that. We got a new 5-minute that did just start. Then the indexes, we could be possibly looking for buys on the indexes as well. Not any good entries right now, but price did do a big push to the upside yesterday. I'll still like to look for sells, but we could see price push up to the upside a little bit more before I could get a possible good sell position. So yeah, we're just doing that right now. So we're just waiting either for retracements or the next entry points for these pairs right here. And then the indexes in gold, we're kind of just watching and observing. Same thing with the JPY pairs. But that's pretty much going to be the game plan. It's definitely been a little bit of a different week. We had a huge Monday, a choppy Tuesday, and then a lot of the pairs are just choppy in general this week. Yeah, so we're just going to be chilling right here. We're going to be waiting for the next 15. CJ is pushing up, so we might be looking for some buys on JPY pairs. But we're just going to be patiently waiting. It's a good setup on EJ and CJ. So we're just going to wait for the next 15 and see if it is going to try to push up to the upside. Yeah, it's hitting this level of traffic. I would like a retest in a perfect world, and we can jump in on that on the next 15. It's retracing a little bit, though. Yeah, so we're just going to be watching and waiting. And then gold is still treating that level as resistance. But like I said, I'd rather look for buys. So even if price does drop down, I'd rather just wait for retracement and look for a buy setup. At least for right now. My bad if I'm quiet. I'm over typing some stuff up. Those just joined the stream. We did not enter any trades yet. We're waiting on some retracements, or we're just waiting for price to hit the next key price level. But we haven't jumped in anything yet. We're just chilling right now. There we go. All right, bam. All right, cool. Yeah, so these things are still dropping. So we're just going to let them do their thing. JPY pairs are retracing back down as well, which will work out in our favor because we can possibly get a good buy setup on GJ right here. Hasn't hit the SL from the sell, but it did break back above this level. So we're going to see how it reacts right here. Literally, you can just see, like, it's just been flip-floppy. Like, you could have caught buys or sells these past couple weeks and made some money. So we're about to see it's about to drop back down here. Because we went for sells last night on here. Strictly because it's like the exhaustion to the upside. And then also because we were making some nice lows here. But then we had this nice rejection wick off this level here that kind of brought the bullish momentum back into place. And then on top of that, the past couple of days, what was this, on Friday and then yesterday, we broke back above the support level around 163.50, and now we're back above it again right now. So definitely been an interesting past couple of weeks on the JPY pairs. Now we broke it back above this. We're treating it as a support level. So yeah, definitely JPY pairs have been interesting the past couple months. Yeah, and then we got the indexes pushing up. Yeah, so we're just gonna be chilling right now. We got a new 15 about to start, so we're gonna be keeping an eye on the JPY pairs, considering possible buy positions. Missed the entries on the AUD pairs. I went over this with the members last night, and then we went over the New Zealand sales last night as well. Except as y'all can see, we were below this level, and then we hit another key price level, shot up, retraced up here. I woke up, and literally we're at I think this candlestick when we started. Yeah, we're at this candlestick when we started the stream. So we just missed the entry on this. And the same thing with GN. I was talking about sales around this level. That thing dropped, retraced, shot back up. And the same thing started the stream at this candlestick. Missed the entry. I was looking for a retest. Instead, it's trying to break the lows of traffic and make new lows. So we're just going to simply just wait. And the same thing with AUD pair. So we can break this level and hold this level as resistance. It'll give us a new low being made today, or at least stamping in the possible downtrend. But it can also hold this level as support, and the uptrend could continue back up today as well. So this level right here is very important. So if we can break in, if it breaks back underneath here, we could look for possible sells, but this is a level of traffic. So it could very much so hit this level and then shoot back up. And then we simply just look at the past couple of days. We can kind of see price reacting just like that to that level of traffic. So if price can break and stay underneath that, then I'll look for sells. But we could very much so look for buys like we did last week on the same level. All right, so we got about a minute left until the next 15. So we do see price pushing up and reacting to this level. Respecting as a support. The CJ is pushing up to the upside. CJ is bullish. CJ is the only one that's kind of still a clear trend going on compared to other JPY pairs. All the other JPY pairs are kind of like just choppy and disgusting looking. So if it rejects this level, we can still see the downtrend begin. This can just be simply a lower high. And then we got GJ looking very similar as well to EJ. If it holds this level, we can see the uptrend continue, especially if it breaks this high right here. But at the same time, if it rejects this level, we could possibly still look for sells to the downside. And then we look at AJ. We see AJ was clearly bearish. One of the smoother downtrend momentums. Hit this key support level, kind of similar to EJ. Rejected, shot back up. Broke this low here. So we could possibly look for buys here, but the safest buys would be if price can break and stay above like 90.50, 90.55. And then we got NJ here. Looks similar to AJ, but it's rejecting this level. So if it breaks above this level, kind of same thing, then we could probably consider looking for buys. But it's been rejecting this level all night for the most part. So yeah, the JPY pairs have just been it's just been one of those pairs doing what the pairs do sometimes. You know, we had a whole month with the indexes were doing that, but the new 15 did just start. And we're just observing and patiently waiting. Yeah, we're just arranging. Yeah, these would have been nice positions. So I might start waking up earlier for London session. I mean, before London session, I'm gonna start waking up a little bit earlier. It's around that time last year where I had to do the same thing, so not too shocking. Actually, I think we're a couple months before. I think that was next quarter. I think it was quarter two. It's either quarter two or like the middle of quarter two, end of quarter two, beginning of quarter three. I gotta scroll back in my history and see. But we're approaching that time where I had to do that beforehand. Because there was a time last year, I think, like I said, I think it was around this time, or maybe a couple months down the line, where we're entering trades a little bit before London session for the same exact reason, because the moves were just simply starting a little bit beforehand. Kind of like how we enter trades before New York session. Kind of the same thing with London session. So I want to see if we're going to get the retracement I want. Even if it's this level here, I'll be fine. Because my line's here at 70. So if it hits like 60 or 65, I'll be fine entering this, to be honest. If we can hit at least 60, well, just hit 60. Let me write these up. I was supposed to then write these up. Yeah, tap 60. Let me go ahead and write these plays up. Those that have been here for a while, y'all just know I'm like super picky with my entries. And if it's like not even at my entry, I'll literally just leave it alone. So 1790. Yeah, these things ripping to the downside. GA is approaching the bottom of the zone here. Yes, I mainly want to pay attention to CJ. Now, again, there is still a 9 times, 8 times out of 10 chance or percentage. The other JPY pairs will follow suit too. But I just mainly want to pay attention to CJ because if I'm going for buys, CJ is the only one that's like really in a bullish momentum. Like if we zoom out, we can kind of say we're bullish momentum on the other JPY pairs. Well, besides like NJ and AJ, those are obviously downtrends. But it was bullish momentum here. Then we failed to make a new high a second day. Well, realistically, it was multiple days, but we're just talking about like pivots and stuff like that. We did a second attempt, failed. Third attempt here, failed. And then this is when the lows began. Then when it hit this low of traffic, we saw the rejection. So we can't possibly see the bullish momentum be picked back up. This is a good strong key level to enter off of as well. So I'm not totally against this. But again, CJ is the cleanest looking one if we're going to be going for buys. So we can break this level. We're going to go for a buy on that. All right. So we got the retracements going on. I want to see if Ian's doing the same thing. Yeah, we got the retracements going on. So now we're about to see if it can hold this level. And if it shows it's going to try to reject again, then we're going to enter some sells. And so far, it's holding this level. GN is still trying to dump. So yeah, we're going to see how price reacts to this. We're not going to just enter. I don't really like to go with, I don't like to enter off touch and goes. We're going to see if we can hold this low as resistance. Because again, it was showing bearish momentum here. It did a quick sell, then it shot back up. And if we go into bigger time frames, we were bullish until like the past few days ago. And realistically, this is a strong level price right here. And if we zoom all the way out, we can see we're bullish. So this could very much, we have this level of traffic right here. I went over this for those that was, just been watching the past few streams. Hit this level, is pushing back up. So if it breaks back above this level, we could go for buys again. But if it holds as always resistance, then we can go for sells. So yeah, we just have a lot of pairs. Just like we're just gonna have to patiently wait to see what side of the coin they want to stay on. But yeah, I like these right here. So I'm assuming the other JPY pairs are probably pumping as well. Wouldn't be too shocked. Yeah, EJ's pushing up. Yeah, but I like CJ right here. So I'm gonna write this up. 47. I'm gonna see if we're gonna hop in on this. But then, y'all, that's another example why I always say wait for retracement. Price literally retraced, and when we flip back onto that screen, we're going to see if it was worth the wait or not. 47.05. It's a decent stop loss. I don't need a crazy stop loss. What's it? 147.05. Yeah, but I like this right here. So let me go ahead and post a disclaimer and see if we can get to the action. So that's a good push to the upside. So the other JPY pairs are probably pushing up as well. But again, if we're going to be going for a buy, I'd rather go for a buy off of CJ, to be honest. So from where we're currently at, 147.05, it's a small stop loss. Not that I'm against small stop losses. I just wanted to make sure that it's still a decent stop loss. I think it is. I think it's a decent stop loss. I could just put it at 147. All right, so we got a 30 pip stop loss, which is not bad at all. We got a new 5-minute about to start, so we're about to see if we can hold this level. Let's go back to EN, and let's go back on a smaller time frame. So far it's still holding it as resistance. So we're gonna wait for the next 15 and see what that looks like. Because those that have been on the stream for at least the past 5 minutes, we just broke down exactly what we're looking for on these pairs. EA just did a nice retracement as well, a retest retracement as well. So now we're at a good position for EA for a possible sell. GA is still showing bearish momentum, and we are about to hit this daily level. So we need to keep that in mind, even for Euro AED. But Euro AED is at a good position for a sell as well. Yeah, so I like these right here. I like CJ as well. New 5-minute did just start. My bad if I'm quiet, y'all. I'm just writing this stuff up. So we're gonna wait for the next 15. But yeah, I like these setups right here. 6100. So we got about a 60 pip stop loss for this one. All right, so I like this. We're just gonna wait for the next 15. But I do like these positions right here. me see what these other pairs are up to. So EN is dropping as well. So let me write up. So we have a lot of position. We have a few pairs that we can pay attention to right now. Yeah, but I like these setups right here. Yeah, so we're gonna be looking for CJ buys, EA sells, and then possible EN sells as well. It's decent stop loss, right? Decent stop loss. 7.2. 7.2. 90. Do 95. Yeah, I like these setups right here. All right, so let me pull up my other monitor. Yes, we got a few pairs we'll be watching. We got about a minute and a half for the next 15. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at CJ, EA, and then EN as well. That's what we're paying attention to. Just really quick, let's just look at the indexes. Got some retracements, which is cool. So yeah, we could look for possible buy short term on the indexes, and it really just depends how they react to the next day level above them. If the uptrend is going to start our slight reversal, because we hit this level of traffic here, which is what caused a harsh rejection to the upside, as we can see here. And then we also see this as a strong support resistance level, simply just looking here and at this wick and how price took off. Then we see the same things here. But yeah, so we got about 40 seconds left. So I'm gonna put CJ on this screen. I got EA on my other screen, and then we're gonna flip back and forth on EN right there. But we're gonna pay attention to CJ right here. So we're gonna see if this can hold. All right, so I just broke that level right before this 15. All right, new 15 just started. Just looking at EA. EA is pushing up right now, so we're not going to enter a sell while price is pushing up. So it's retesting this level here, this green line. I have no problem with that. I'm keeping an eye on that on my other monitor. I'm just showing y'all what I'm seeing on my screen. EN's retesting this level as well. So we're not going to pull the trigger on those just yet. So let's go back on CJ and see how CJ reacts to this level. Did just break above this level. It's retesting this level here. If we can hold this as support, we're going to jump in on this. And I'm still watching EA on my other screen. It's holding that level so far. But yeah. Give me 1 second. All right, let's go back to EM. right, so we see a red. So let's zoom to the left a little bit, adjust this level. So it just broke underneath this level here. So we're going to see if it can hold. EA is kind of doing the same thing as EN. Let's see what GA is up to. GA is pushing up back up as well. GN's pushing back up as well. All right, y'all. Those that have been here since the beginning, you already know this move started already. Now we see a retracement. So we have a possible second chance to get these trades right here. GN's moving a little bit better than EN. So we might focus on GN over EN. And I'm still looking at EM on the other screen. Let's go back to CJ. So I was holding it so far. It's 333. I feel like that's a deja vu moment. That literally happened on yesterday's stream. All right, so I was holding this level of support so far, so I kind of like that. All right, so I like that rejection right there. All right, yeah, so I like how CJ just did that. Yes, we might enter this. I like that right there. I'm gonna put this on a 5 minute. Spoke about that level, nice rejection. Yeah, I like this. So where we at right here, 147.40. All right, I like that right there. Yeah, so I'm gonna enter CJ. So I'm timing the TPs up right now. My bad, I hit the wrong button, so it just quickly hit the first TP. So it's going to retest on this level. So the main first target is we want to see if we can take over these highs to the left. So let's go back on the 15. Yeah, so we want to see if we can take over these highs to the left right there. Whoops. I'm going to turn that green. We want to see if this can do its thing. 750. So now we're about to flip back to these pairs to see what they're up to. So this is still holding that level. New 5 minute did just start. I do like this. Let's go to GN. GN's still holding that level. So those are pushing back up. So good thing we waited and held off on those entries right there. I mean, it can very much so flip back down to the downside. But like I said, we just got to think about what's most likely going to happen. What's going on, Sparky? My bad. What's going on, Shawn? I see y'all in here. Yeah, so we're just gonna go for that. I'm gonna watch these pairs too, but as we can see, it's kind of just been chilling right here. And the EN, if it breaks back below, maybe. But like I said, it's just one of those weeks right now. We have a lot of pairs that are just at like price levels where it's kind of like a coin toss going for certain trades. But this would be a nice position for a higher low. I would like to go for a sell if it can hold as low as resistance. But if it breaks back above it, then we might go for buys. But if we can hold that level as resistance, I would not be against going for a sell. There was a nice sell setup last night. That thing shot up to the upside, and now it's pushing back up above this level. So for now, we're just going to scratch that off and just watch it. We're going to still watch it, but we're not entering right now. Let's just say that we're not entering that right now. EA is holding that level. We got a slight wick. We're going to see what this next 5 minute looks like, because I still like that. But GA pushed all the way back up, and then GN is looking just like EN. And then CJ's retesting that level one more time. Yeah, so there's not really many setups right now. There were some quick moves beforehand, but now they're doing retracements and or reversals. So we're just holding off on those other pairs right now. Yeah, so GN is kind of looking like EN, doing the same thing. And then this is kind of like the same position the JPY pairs are in too. So yeah, we do got news later on today, a New York session. So I want to see if that's going to kind of help push price out of this range so we can get a nice flowing momentum and at least like a flowing looking trend. That will just be easier, smoother setups and smoother trades in general. Yeah, so again, very much so retrace and push back down. But we're just patiently watching and waiting. EA is holding this level too, but GA is shot all the way back up. So it wouldn't be too shocking if EA does the same thing, especially since you see EN doing that. EJ push back up. Yeah, so we're going to keep an eye on these, but we're not pulling the trigger on those just yet. Same thing with GN. So let's go ahead and zoom out. Kind of similar to EN. Hit a strong support resistance level right here, which stopped and put the sell and bearish momentum to a halt. Shot price back up. And now we're at another key support resistance level right here. And if it rejects that, then we can look for sells again. But if it breaks above that, then we can possibly look for buys and possibly new highs to be made. So that's what we're looking at right there with the New Zealand pairs. But yeah, a lot of the pairs I like to trade especially are just extremely choppy right now. Or they're just I just have to wait to see like what side of the coin they're going to stick on. Because I don't really like to, I like to go for trades that are obviously nothing's 100%, but I like to go for trades that are like, there's a high percentage, in my opinion, of going my way. So if I see a setup that's like, it can go this way, it can go that way, but I'm not really sure what has the highest percentage, like buy or sell, I'll just leave it alone and just watch and observe until it goes to a price level I'm more comfortable playing around on. So yeah, we're not really going to mess with anything else right now. That's pretty much it. We got the indexes retracing some, which is fine because if we go for a buy at this level, that gives a good entry on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It was kind of like a repeat of yesterday. Missed some entries in the beginning. Then was pretty slow first hour. But you know, that's how it is sometimes. But like I said, I want to see this news today because there's news tomorrow, but there's no major high impact news tomorrow. Well, that's a lie. 9:15, we have the Euro news. And then at 8:30 we have unemployment claims. And then Friday we have consumer sentiment. Yeah, so I'd ideally like to see the news today over tomorrow kind of push price out this level. I want to see it either reject these levels or break through them. That's what I want to see happen. That way we can just have cleaner looking setups to enter some trades, because right now things are just kind of like ranging or going back and forth. And I kind of don't like trading in those conditions. So EA is holding this level. So I do kind of like that. It's respecting this level of traffic right here. So we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. That's about to pop up in about 2 minutes. Let's go back to EN. Like I said, EN could very much still drop back below here. And if it can, and it shows signs of trying to drop back down, we'll definitely go for sales. But those that's been on the stream since the beginning, we talked about this level of traffic. Sure enough, price hit that level, then shot up and rejected off of that. And it's holding as low as resistance so far. GN's kind of doing the same thing, but pushing above it. So yeah, we're just going to be patiently waiting, which is the life of the trader. So we're just going to be patiently waiting. CJ's going for round 2. So yeah, I like EA as well. I really like EA. GA is looking a little bit different, but we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. We're going to see if it's going to hold this level. Yeah, that thing's slowly pushing above. This is holding this level pretty nicely. If we can break back below, that'd be nice. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But we got CJ trying. This was just green, like right before I clicked and switched it from my other monitor. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. Let's just go back to gold out of curiosity. So yeah, gold's dropping right now. So I want to see how it reacts to the middle of the zone right here, and see if we can possibly look for a buy setup right here. Because like I've been talking about, the members already know this, especially because I've been talking about this with all the chart breakdowns I've been dropping. But it's kind of doing what I was expecting right now. It's a slight retracement. So I want to just see how it reacts to the middle of the zone right here, and either look for a buy there, or if price wants to drop back down or continue to drop down, then we're going to see how price reacts to this level here, and then look for a buy right there. Now, if price breaks below 1875, 1874, then I'll maybe consider looking for sales. But for right now, I kind of want to just look for buys, even though there could be some short term. Well, there is one right now. There's some short-term sell setups, but that's just not like what I like to do. So new 15 just started. So EA's trying to push back down. We're kind of seeing the little Pixar lamp thing happening, but it's rejecting that level, which is why we waited. It still has this resistance level to hit. So depending on how it reacts to that resistance level, the trade can still be valid. But yeah, that's why we always wait for the next 5 minutes or the next 15, and we don't get trigger happy. Yeah, so there was we could have caught a couple pips, like 10, 15, 20 pips. Missed that entry. Waited for the retracement. The retracement happened. Waited to see what's going to hold that level. Didn't hold that level. So we're just going to go to the next chart and the next setup. CJ is definitely trying. So we're going to see if we can break these levels here and break these highs to the left. It hit a couple TPs. I didn't send the notification out, but it did hit a couple TPs. If it hits them again this time, I'll post the notifications out. But it kind of happened kind of quick, which is why I didn't post them. But if it hits them again, then I'll post the TPs. But it's going for around 2-second attempt. So we're going to see if it can do that. So let's go back to EA. Yeah, EA is sitting at the top of that level right there. GA is retracing back up as well. So we're simply just going to shift this right here and then go from there. Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting week so far, though. But it's Wednesday, and the best 2 days are yet to be upon us, which is Thursday and Friday. Had a crazy Monday, so we're still up for the week regardless off that Monday. Like that Monday was crazy. And we caught most of that on the live. We called most of those trades live, if I'm not mistaken, too. Like literally the setups we caught on Monday, literally held them the whole day from London session into New York. I deleted the setup here because TradingView was bugging last night. I was redoing my levels, and I don't know if this ever happens to y'all, but like you'll delete the stuff you got on your screen, then you'll put your new stuff on there, and then you come back to it like 10, 20 minutes later, and like everything's combined. The stuff you deleted and your new stuff. So like I had like 50 lines that were overlapping each other, and it was just a huge mess. And after like the third time trying to fix it, I just deleted everything. But we caught this nice drop on I don't even know what day it was on. What's today? Today's the 15th. Today's Wednesday. So it had to be the 12th, right? Was it this drop right here? I think it might have been that drop right there. Pretty sure it was this whole, yeah, it was this drop right here. We got this huge move right here. I wish I still had it on here, but it's all good. You know, I kind of like to keep my trade history on the sources, but last night I was just like, screw it, and I just deleted it. Yeah, so the euro pairs are pumping up. So we got bullish momentum still in place. So it looks like it was option A, which was it was just a lower high being made. I mean, a higher low being made. So yeah, we're going to be back to looking for buys unless price breaks back below that level. So there were short-term sells during Tokyo session, but now we're going to be looking for buys again. Now GA is a little bit different because we got this level here, but if it breaks above this level, then we'll go back to looking for buys on GA as well. So CJ just hit TP2 again. We're about to hit TP3. So let me go ahead and let the folks know. No, my bad. I hit TP1 again. We're about to hit TP2. All right, cool. Yeah, EJ's pushing up. The other JPY pairs are probably pushing up as well. Let's just see out of curiosity. Yeah, this is moving too. It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, I was waiting for retracement, but that never happened. So since it's still climbing up, we're just going to move this above and keep it pushing. Let's see what GJ is looking like. Yeah, so GJ is pushing up as well. We could have probably entered GJ also, but price is choppy right now. And like I mentioned before, those have been here since the beginning of the stream. CJ is the only one that's really in a bullish trend on the bigger time frames, which is why if I was like, I'm going for a buy, I'd rather go for a buy on CJ. The price is just extremely choppy on all pairs right now. We can even see that with EN and EA and GN and GA, where we're waiting, and how it just pushed. Like that's what happened last night as well. Quick moves, retracements, even with the GJ sells we caught last night. Hit TPs multiple times. It failed to break through that level of traffic. But it was like literally like 10 different opportunities to close blue on GJ last night. But this is holding as resistance. So let's go back to EA. Let's see what that's up to. Because we're at a strong support resistance level, which is why I'm patiently waiting. I mean, you got to patiently wait for setups regardless. This is why I'm also like not being trigger happy, which I never am, but you know, you get the point. Because you have to just wait for confirmations. You got to understand all the different scenarios. It's like chess. You got to know all the different scenarios what will happen, and you got to figure out what has the highest percentage of happening. And then, you know, of course, you just got to patiently wait. So CJ hit TP1 again, barely missed TP2 again. It's struggling to break through that high to the left. It's touched it a few times, but I want to see a break and hold above it. So we're going to see if it can do exactly that. Forgot about oil. Let's look at oil. Even though I need to fix this because it's too low. It should be a little bit higher up. Even though it looks like it's trying to drop. And this is still a decent risk to reward. What was I doing when I was looking at this? And that's what I was doing. Yeah, so we can look for a possible sell here. It's a decent risk to reward. It's retested, dropped, retested, is rejecting that level. Missed the sell yesterday on this, and I literally called the sell, and the source froze up on me. Just for me to just for the market to reopen last night, for my source to be working again on TradingView, and then just for me to see that the move I had marked off went literally zone to zone. Like I had this whole sell marked off, but it happens. We still ended the day blue yesterday, even though yesterday could have been definitely better. But as long as you know why it could have been better, that's what matters. But yeah, these just broke back above these levels, so we're gonna be scratching buys for now. We're gonna keep this here until this candlestick closes though, because it can very much so retrace back down. Like GA is holding that level, and then we see GN pushing back down as well. So we're just gonna slide this over to the right. EN not doing that much. So yeah, there's a more bearish momentum on GN and GA than EN and EA, which is interesting. But we're still not going to pull the trigger on these pairs just yet. We got a new 5 minute about to start. So we're going to see what this 5 minute looks like, and then we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. CJ is still trying to push to the upside and still respecting that level as a support level. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Going to be seeing how price reacts to this daily level by the time it hits it, if it does hit it, and then by the time news starts. But yeah, it's just been a slow, choppy week so far. Well, it started off with a bang on Monday, but yesterday was pretty choppy. And then last night there were some quick moves, but no moves that I kind of really like. It was like kind of quick scout setups. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so I want to see if these can push back down. Yeah, so this was just red. It's pushing up. J is pushing up. So yeah, we might be going back to buys unless it can break back below that level. Like I said, we're kind of in this sweet spot. Like we see price drop down, boom, drop down, boom, boom. We're just playing pinball right now. Yeah, CJ is just ranging right now. Did a nice move last night. Yeah, I might just be watching the charts for right now. If I see some sets, I want to jump in on them, of course. But price has just been super choppy lately. And I do have some, like I said, one of those key price levels that I like to enter trades off of. But right now, a lot of these pairs are kind of just ranging. So I'm just going to let them do their things for right now. Mainly pay attention to. The main pairs I'm going to be paying attention to today, though, are the New Zealand pairs, the AUD pairs. Gold, of course, not too much, but I'm going to pay attention to gold. And then the indexes. That's the main plan. I'm not going to say what I'm looking for on those because, again, they're at these levels of price where they can go either way. So I kind of want the news today to kind of push them away from these levels and out of the ranging and choppiness. That way we can kind of have a smooth end of the week on Thursday and especially on Friday. But is that going to happen? We're just going to have to wait and see. But that's what I'd like to see happen, just so trading conditions can be a little bit smoother, because right now everything's just choppy. And choppy conditions is kind of the worst conditions to trade under, in my opinion, because in the choppiness and the rangingness, you don't know which way is going to break out. And when it breaks out, it's going to break out aggressively and harshly 8 times, 9 times out of 10. So that's kind of like coin tossing or rolling dice. And I kind of like doing that when trading. So yeah, we're going to hold off on everything else. And yeah, we're just going to chilling like that. Those just joined the stream. We only entered one trade. We entered a trade last night with the members. We hit like a few TPs on GJ. We caught about, if I'm not mistaken, like either like 10 or 20 pips, something like that. TP1 on CJ got hit twice. Is reattempting, doing a round 3. Let's see what we're going to do a round 4 to see if we can break these highs to the left and continue to pump to the upside. Everything else is just choppy right now and just ranging back and forth, flipping back and forth above and below, not this one, above and below the key price levels. Same thing with EA. I'm still not against these for sells, but I'm not biased for sells because, like I just mentioned before at the beginning of the stream, y'all missed it. We're kind of in a sweet spot where, depending on if it holds or rejects this level, we can go for buys or sells. And that's the same thing with majority of the JPY pairs as well. So that's pretty much it. And the same thing with GA and EA. So literally everything's like, it can go either way. And the same thing with gold. And then same thing with like the indexes as well, even though the indexes are kind of pushing up a little bit. But everything's kind of just ranging right now or can go either way. So I'd like to see the news today help push us away from those price levels. But that's pretty much it, y'all. Pretty slow stream, but again, we only stream for an hour. And, you know, things can pick up these next couple hours, but more than likely not because of the news. Things are probably going to be slowed until like pre-market or like literally when New York session is about to start, if not the opening candle of the news. Yeah, those broke that level there. So we might be going for buys on this. All right, our new 15 is about to start though. So that's pretty much it. A little bit anticlimactic, but at least the trade we're in. We hit blue a couple times, and y'all should be blue right now. And we're a couple pips away from hitting the next TP, or we're going to hit it before the new 15. No, because the new 15 just started, but we almost hit it. So y'all, at least we're blue on this trade. That's all that matters. We don't need to enter, 50 trades or 5 trades every day. So we want to see if we can hit that next TP. We're mighty close before that next 15. We're on top of this level, so we're going to hold that level. We can potentially continue to climb up. Really quick before I hop out the stream, let me just see what EA and EN are up to. Those are pushing up. GN is pushing up. So yeah, we might be going back to buys on all 4 of these pairs. We might be going for buy setups again on all 4 of these pairs. But we won't know for sure until it happens. But EN and GN are pushing to the upside. So yeah, we could see buys for that. Am I going to enter buys right now? No. I'm just going to leave these alone for now. I'm just going to chill in CJ for right now. And we just hit, did we hit TP2? Yeah, we just hit TP2. Yeah, so I'm going to stay out of that one. I'm not going to get greedy. We're blue on this trade. I'm not going to cancel out the profits off this trade. I'm just going to hold off on everything else. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. I'm not going to get greedy. We could probably catch some pips there, but I'm not going to get greedy. Just going to hold this trade out and let this do its thing. That's what we're going to do, y'all. So make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to subscribe. I haven't dropped a trade breakdown in a while. I don't know if I'm going to drop a trade breakdown. I have another idea. I might drop a updated funded account video. Like, this one's going to be super detailed. And I'm just going to give, like, literally, like just the game plan on how to just rack up on funded accounts and cheat all those here. It looks like I said I wasn't going to enter anything, but if we can hold these levels, I would not be against buys on the AUD pairs. Not be against buys. Nice rejection wick. Would have been blue right now if we entered off that, but I was kind of looking to see if it was going to break below that level. But if we would have been looking for buy biases still, we would be nice and blue right now. Well, that's just something to mental note take. That's just me talking to myself, critiquing myself. Did we hit TP3? I think we barely missed it. Yeah, we barely missed it. Yeah, well, y'all should be nice and blue right now. Make sure to hit that like button. Yeah, we're going to hold off on that. We could enter these. I mean, we could have entered it for this candle be blue. But yeah, I'm just going to hold off on these. I'm just going to let these pairs kind of do their thing for right now, if we're being honest. The AUD pairs are tempting, though. If I was to enter another trade, the AUD pairs are kind of tempting. It's a little too late to enter. If we were going to enter, it would have been off the open or the beginning 1 minute of this candle. So we'd have to wait for price to retrace a little bit if we were to enter for those. But it can still very much so retrace back down before New York session, because pre-market reversals are a thing. Pre-market reversals are a thing. Shoot, we just saw that with GJ. This thing literally flipped the script around like 2 o'clock. And then we also seen that with I don't want to say the New Zealand pairs. I want to say that, but I'm not 100%. But I am 100% that we just hit TP3. $47.60. Boom, boom, boom. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all should see it on the bottom of y'all screens at playmaker_away. Same spelling as the YouTube, y'all. Again, we got news popping off at 8:30 today. New York session. We got GBP news, and USD news. I'm excited about the GBP news because I kind of want all these pairs to I want to see these spike and move so we can know what we're going to be going for setup wise, because it's just choppy. But I think I have a feeling what's going to happen with the news today. I have a hunch what's going to happen with the news today. But we're not going to know 100% until it happens. I'm doing the chart still. I think I'm mainly going to be just tweaking my levels and stuff. Gold's approaching the middle of the zone. Again, we could have went for sales on this, but I don't really like counter trend trading. I really don't. I try to stay away from it as much as possible. Even if this instance, like I even went over this with the members last night saying we could look for sales. So if anyone jumps in for those sales, that'll be blue, but it's all good. All right, I'm about to hop off. I'm going to see y'all on tomorrow's stream, same time. And members, you already know I'm dropping in a couple hours the price watch list for y'all. We're not going to go live today during New York session. We're going to be live. I'm debating if I want to, because I got a lesson I'm trying to set up for y'all. And we might do that tonight because I don't want to do it during New York session because there's going to be too much going on for me to be trying to do a lesson while there's some high impact news going on. So we might do it tonight. I mean, or if I do go live today, because I got a lot of stuff going on these next couple of days. I'm actually going to be busy. Actually, now that I think about it, I can't go live with y'all. Shoot, I can't go live with y'all Thursday and Friday. I'm going to be doing something on those days. I'm gonna be out. I mean, by doing something, I mean I'm not gonna be in my normal spot. I'm gonna be out of town. All right, so I'm gonna go live with y'all today. If not during New York, it's gonna be tonight. I'm gonna let y'all know in a couple hours. Probably, if not, when I drop the price watch list a little bit before. It's gonna be definitely before New York starts. I'm gonna let y'all know. But I do want to go live with y'all one more time because there is a lesson I want to break down because I got a lot of new members. I want to make sure everybody's straight, especially when it's like a week like this when it's super slow and choppy. I want to make sure everybody's not killing their profits from last week and last month. So yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know if we're gonna do that during New York session or later tonight after market closes during Tokyo session. I'm gonna let y'all know. Yeah, but EA is retraced back down. G is pushing here. So yeah, we're gonna hold this level. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these pairs are like they can go either side of the coin, but GA is bullish. It's not bearish yet. I would not look for sales until price breaks below this level of 81.50. So I'm not against buys right here, but I'd rather wait for this 15 to close. And if you can hold this level on this 15, awesome. 60, 60, 40. My bad, I'm quiet. I was typing some stuff up. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow.